Hey guys, what's going on? I have here Old School Labs Blast Max. Now this pre-workout, let's get one thing clear first though. I've never really liked Old School Labs. They've always had cool branding, but they've never really had the proper formulas. And to this day, they still have these like the formulas with prop blends and many doses. Many doses, not many doses. And they're so small that there's no way the entire prop blend, so small that there's no way that the entire 5-gram prop blend has clinical doses of creatine, taurine, agmatine. There's just like 10 different ingredients in these kind of formulas. But they've done it properly with this formula. It is a big scooper compared to their previous pre-workout, and they've actually done a good job with the formula. First, we're gonna dive into the ingredients and then we'll dive into my review and you'll know if you should get this. So Blast Max, mango flavor. So the flavor is good, man. It's good, good out of 10. 20 grams of ingredients, nearly 21 in each full serving, and you get 20 servings. 10 calories, 2-gram carbs, all is good. Got some vitamin B6, B12. Okay, I gotta make sure the foundation is there for energy. Not the proper forms, but it's a start. Okay, choline, Beta-Alanine, that's part of the ingredient that's coming up in the nootropics, sodium. Okay, then we got the interesting ingredients for that workout performance boost. Starting off with 4 grams of citrulline. This is a nitric oxide booster. It's gonna increase nitric oxide through the arginine pathway. So there are other nitric oxide boosters in here. The 4 grams in here is not properly, but it's minimum dosed. We need at least 3 or 4 grams to get some benefits from citrulline, and 10 grams is a max. So 4 grams, it's a start. It's a start, it's good. I like it because we still have more. So Beta-Alanine 3.3. Well, interestingly enough, I just noticed that it's Beta-Alanine and Beta-Alanine nitrate. So that's a form of nitrate. The nitrate improves nitric oxide through the nitrate pathway. So there's different pathways involved with the pump, and we're getting 2 now. This is the second one. So Beta-Alanine will increase endurance. How much output you put in a workout, you will just be able to rep out more reps and more sets. You gotta rep your set for sure. So Beta-9 nitrate and Beta-9 hydrous, 2.5 grams. Another form of nitrate in here. Beta-9 nitrate and Beta-Alanine nitrate, you're getting 1 gram total. That's a good dose. That's a good dose. You will notice that's where the benefits are coming at that dose. That's going to have benefits. So 1 gram of taurine for the hydration. It also improves muscle volumization, giving you a fuller and better hydrated look as it can drive more water into your muscles. So that's like another form of nitric oxide. And so now we have 3 different ways nitric oxide will be increased with this pre-workout Blast Max. Then we have boron. This is a good mineral for testosterone, has some benefits for testosterone apparently, but it's mostly for the bone and bone health, not joint health. Tyrosine, 2 grams. Tyrosine is good to have, especially when you're combining it with other stimulants, because tyrosine will improve the production of those neurotransmitters that are involved with motivation and mood. So tyrosine and a couple of others will be increased, and stimulants like caffeine will release them. You're getting tyrosine to upregulate dopamine and just make you feel good and motivated. And that 1 gram is nice to have. Then we have the choline matrix, almost 1 gram of that with different forms of choline. But choline is basically amazing for increasing that learning neurotransmitter we have in our mind called acetylcholine. So acetylcholine, the more you have that, the better the concentration and focus should be. Acting like a nootropic, helping you not only in the gym, but also outside the gym. Then we have 300 milligrams of alpine galanga extract. So this theoretically should improve the energizing effects of stimulants. And then we have 100 milligrams of theanine to smooth out the energy. Not too big of a dose, it's nice. Caffeine malate, long-lasting form of caffeine, so you're getting So you're getting 5 forms of stimulants in here with 3 or 2 different forms of caffeine, one being the regular digesting form, one being the slow digesting form, the other being the super fast, rapid absorbing caffeine stimulant. So you're getting different forms of varying levels of energy hitting you at different times, one hitting you fast, one hitting you normal, one hitting you slow. That's what the experience should be like. So after that, we have T-crine. It's like a little form of a stimulant similar to caffeine. Vita-Sure, that's a caffeine form, the fast hitting. Then we have huperzine. You're gonna need that huperzine for that choline property, for that choline blend of choline ingredients, because huperzine can defend the actual choline levels from decreasing, so leading to more longer lasting focus and concentration all day long, not just during your workouts. Then we have a couple of forms of electrolytes, pancamyline salt, magnesium, good form, dried coconut water powder. Then we have more stimulants, 200 milligrams of caffeine, fast hitting form of caffeine, a caffeine citrate, 100 milligrams, 100 milligrams cereal bromide. It's a cousin of caffeine, but should lead to better mood elevation, mood uplift. Dynamine, kind of like T-crine, it can increase energy, it's a stimulant. And finally, to help improve all the ingredients bioavailability is bioprin. And that's the final ingredient, 5 milligrams minimum dose to help you absorb all the ingredients that it's taken with. But enough about the stimulants, enough about the ingredients. How is the experience like, and is it worth getting? So I was surprised by this because I was expecting a nice, calm, slow energy that I could barely feel. But I misjudged the label because, well, I misjudged the pre-workout because before, they were never really making epic pre-workouts, and this is their first that I can see has a proper formula and ingredients. So this took me back because there's a couple of stimulants in here, and it's not just 3 forms of caffeine. And I actually felt it, even though I normally take Stin Junkie pre-workouts. This was like a nice buzz for me. This wasn't like euphoric. It didn't make me feel amazing, but it made me feel normal, and it made me feel good, but not happy. I was just going to the gym and destroying the sets, destroying the reps, and I felt like I could recover quicker during the workouts. And I think that's due to the nitrates, but also it also helped with breathing and the pumps. Breathing was a lot easier. I never felt lightheaded on this, no matter how fasted I was, because I normally go to the gym in the afternoon without eating anything in the morning, and that could be noticeable for some pre-workouts that make me feel nauseous or make me feel out of breath. And this actually assisted with my performance in every single way, in the most normal way. So this is actually, I think, is one of the best options for the standard pre-workout as a whole, with energy, with the pumps, because there are some legit athletic pre-workouts like Cage Elite that do it really well in one aspect, and also pumps as well. But I felt like this was the energy and the fun. It was the blast max of energy. Let's just say that. Like, I felt it wasn't maxed out. There was no jitteriness. I wasn't on an airplane going up with the elevation, with energy, with mood, or whatever. But everything was there in a steady, predictable way, although the energy was more than what I expected. So the energy was just high, but it wasn't like the highest thing I've ever experienced, but it was still understandably one of the most sustained and reliable energy sources that I felt in a while from standard pre-workouts that don't have those gray area stimulants. It was just like the energy was sustained, and even now, 4 hours later, after taking this, I'm still stimmed up. Like, I'm still energized, I'm still focused. In fact, I'll probably get to work in a couple minutes and I'll be so focused on the computer, most likely. And it makes sense because it does have like 3 different forms of choline in one blend combined with huperzine, and it just has a mix of stimulants, and it's just not 3 forms of caffeine. It's also combined with other forms. So the energy was like, I could never predict this kind of energy. It was higher than I expected. It wasn't anything calm or slow. It was perfect. Not amazing, but just perfect. This could be your next daily driver or something to use in between those really hard times of stimulants, because you can't take those high stim junky pre-workouts all the dang time. You'll burn yourself out. You'll go through withdrawals worse than ever. That's why you need something standard that's normal, stronger than a cup of coffee, and surely stronger than those weaker pre-workouts that promise a lot of energy but don't really supply it. So this is a highly underrated pre-workout that gave me a lot of energy, a lot of nice pumps as well. I was dry looking in the gym as well. And it wasn't anything like super wet or fantastic, but it was just perfect. And with the different forms of different things, it felt like everything, like if one thing doesn't really work with you, with your body, another thing will. And that's the case maybe with creatine. Some people have this rare case where they don't respond to a specific form, like monohydrate, the most proven form, but they use a different form and it just works. So having a blend of different ingredients to let that body have not so much of a difficult time, building tolerance, because once you build tolerance for one ingredient, it just becomes a harder time to get that full experience. So when you're having different ingredients at smaller dosages doing the same thing, I think that's better, because then the effects are coming from multiple ways, multiple sources, and your body takes longer to build tolerance to the individual ingredients, if that makes sense. So having different things, hitting different pathways at different levels at different times, it's amazing, and it doesn't let your body have one thing and then build tolerance to it, or you're just or you're just taking a caffeine source that you usually take, but then you take this, you actually feel the energy off this. It will be a big difference for you, especially if you're taking a pre-workout with just one thing, like caffeine for energy, citrulline for pumps. Having different sources is amazing. And it doesn't even have agmatine, but the fullness is there throughout the day, I feel like, from the moment I take this. So if you do want to get this, you can get it from the website, and I believe you can use my discount code. I'll put the link in the coupon code. And if you do want to get more energy, then you have to hit that like button and hit the subscribe button if you want.